Hello everybody and welcome back to my Space for One playthrough, where the last time we finally got a decent axe, we harvest a bunch more of the birch wood, and then
Hey, what you doing? Are you being that bastard that hasn't subscribed yet? Well, why don't you join one of us that have subscribed? As well as that, you might as well tune down to the description down below, where I have a new subreddit called r/RealmHQ. Other than that, back to your regularly scheduled program.
And then also, last time, this looks way, dark, with a little, okay, this does look good. So I'm wondering, what if I did it like this? Where's my ladder? Or I did it like this. Where we had these guys go... Where's my bird? Did I really just toss it all back in? Yes, I did, apparently. So like this, and then I'm thinking we go ahead and we make this. So that looks somewhat... Yeah, that actually looks alright. Though I might not have you at the top be that. I would say have a log going from like left to right, and then yeah, that looks nice. Signifies that there's a door, but also it actually looks alright. No, not why. I didn't want to place this down. I specifically grabbed the spruce because it actually looks pleasant. Anyway, okay, so last time I was talking about the fact that I've been playing the Amazing Spider-Man, or whatever it's called. It's fun. Because I don't know if there's anything else it's called besides Spider-Man PlayStation 4 and, of course, Spider-Man Remastered. But yes, I've been playing through it. I just beat the campaign like last night, and I'm probably going to be playing the DLC later. Not today, of course, because I got classwork and all that to actually do. But, yeah. So, what the idea is that I've been playing it, and I was talking about this last time, but I've been playing it hard mainly because of, like, two reasons. One, I have been going through a lot of stuff, so I just wanted something to focus on. You know, something that was at least somewhat decent. It wouldn't take too much of my mind, but also wasn't devoted to something like recording or stuff like that. I know The Evil Within, I definitely am going to have to actually complete my second playthrough of it, because I just straight up was like, I like this game, I'm going to play it. Though it's fun because what was it? Well, the last... two videos, I turned on the unlimited ammo. Now you might be thinking, oh, well then you just cheaped out. No, I have a my reason? I went through hell and high water to get to what is essentially, like, it tests your skills. The problem is I did not have the ammo to back up my skills. Of course, that's going to be like, oh, he's just making excuses. I do not care. Do not. I'm telling you right now, I do not want to hear BS about how, oh, well, he didn't beat it without cheating. I got all the damn achievements. All of them. They were still given to me, even though I had the unlimited ammo that came with the game. I do not care. I do not want to hear a single word saying that I cheated. I fucking fought fair and square till the end and got screwed over because, like, God, especially since there was a fight beforehand where I had to fight the weird squid, and it was just like, even the guides were like, oh yeah, just use all the mag ammo you saved up. Me, I only got 3 ammos of mag. Why are you switching the birch? I know I'm using you for the actual pallet, but this isn't the pallet. This is the freaking... Okay, anyway. Motherfucker! Anyway. So, yeah, so they do... Yeah, I beat The Evil Within. So I was playing the Spider-Man because it was like, why not? But it is actually interesting because with The Evil Within, you play the game, you have to fight through many, like, vicious monsters and all this stuff. Beings of unfathomable power. But it's like, alright, let's go for this. I got this. Stuff like that. I played through all of The Evil Within. Got to the end. And I did not have a single motherfucking nightmare about that game. There was no nightmare that was like, oh shoot, it's Ruvik, he's chasing me, or something stupid like that. I straight up powered through it and never had a nightmare. I played through Metro 2033, never had a nightmare of the fucking dark ones coming after me. And no, that's not fucking a racial thing. That's literally what the creatures are called. And they're not called, because they're da-da-da-da. It's because they literally are able to absorb radiation without any issue. They have been genetically engineered to survive fallout. I do not... Yeah. Anyway. But the idea is, I played horror games. I didn't have any nightmares about mortuaries. I didn't have any nightmares about motherfucking, again, the Evil Within. I didn't have any nightmares of any of the other horror games. Not even Alien! Alien, I'd never fucking finished. I got through the first, part of it, and it's well before even the aliens start showing up and being like, hey, how's it going? And yet, I never had a goddamn nightmare about it. Not one. Not a single motherfucking one. Then I played motherfucking Spider-Man. I get to... And, okay, the game's actually quite decent. There's not really any, horrors or stuff like that. But I got to the motherfucking mission that changes everything in the game. And I don't mean it just introduces a new thing. It straight up goes ahead and says, hey, you know how everything's happy, joyful, and all that? Yeah, how about I introduce you to motherfucking terrorists? They literally, and again, this is the more stupid part. This is a game taking place in fucking New York. New York, of all places. And what do they have? Oh, I'll tell you. They straight up have a motherfucking city hall bombing. I couldn't even make this shit up if I tried. And I know everyone actually does like the game because, yeah, fucking... It's a good tale. It definitely stands out from the other Spider-Man tales because it's like, oh yeah, no, so Spider-Man, he worships Otto, and he gets fucked over by him, and he has to come to terms with him. But it's like, okay, we get through all that, but it's like, fucking, a motherfucking terrorist attack in New York, and it's portrayed in a video game. And it's not even something where it's like, oh, this is how people survive the Twin Towers or stuff like this. Or this is how people, I think the marathon was in New York. I think it was technically Boston, but I'm pretty sure Boston covers New York as well. It's like the idea of saying, you live in a, it's really weird. Anyway. So yes, so the idea is that there's a terrorist attack in the game. And that there's this whole thing going on where there's going to be constant bombing threats and all that. That's fine. That's how you tell an actual decent tale. Not needing to have it so that there is bombs going off every 5 seconds. But it gets the point across that these are not good guys. These are bad guys. And they are not going to just stand down. They're going to kill whoever they... I just really tossed that in. Yep. Hey, have you ever heard of a knife? Or do you just have an emotion, or have in... Whatever. Anyway. Yes. So, why am I talking about that stuff in the Spider-Man? Well, because I'm pretty sure the game accidentally triggered my PTSD. Now, you might be thinking, what? You have PTSD? From what? From fucking having the chips fall on you? Or having some fucking thing fall on you? No, I have legitimate fucking PTSD. And this is the one thing I always try to make sure I get across. I am not some fucking rich-ass college student that got fucking dropped off in an allowance. I've had to work for every motherfucking thing I have. Everything. And whatever if I have been given, I intend to pay it back. The fucking trailer? Yes. The truck I have? Yes. Even the fucking everything. Anyway. So, the whole idea is that, again, I'm not a fucking asshat who's never done a single thing in his life. And yes, I have had PTSD from some jackass. Basically, guy beat up my family and all this stuff, and he was my mom's boyfriend at the time. So yeah, fucking fun PTSD. Anyway, why do I say that fucking Spider-Man of all things triggered the PTSD? Because of the fact that what happens. Now, no, there wasn't anything like, oh, the bombing or... No. I mean, in terms of the game, what happens in terms of the actions done. Not specifics like, oh, he shot this or that. It's what the game ends up making you feel. Now, the game, really good game. The scene, it's terrific. It really fucking makes you feel helpless, beyond any shadow of a doubt, that you are unable to change anything. That nothing you do in that situation will change the outcome. Because you do all you can, and yet it doesn't end up meaning squat at the end of it. And that's the whole idea. And that's why I'm pretty sure it has triggered my PTSD. Because the whole idea is the reason I have PTSD. And I think there's some studies that prove, or that back up the idea that people get PTSD from situations they can't do anything besides attempt to survive. They're not able to change the outcome. They're not able to even affect the outcome outside of their own survival. The idea of like survival guilt and other stuff like that. They were forced into that situation. They were forced to contend with it. I am not, again, a fucking expert on this shit. I have no fucking therapy training. I have nothing. I am not a motherfucking licensed anything. But the whole idea is I'm pretty sure the whole aspect of pretty much having a situation forced upon you where you're unable to change the outcome in the slightest. The only thing you can do is just get through it. And that's not me at all. That's not me at all. I fucking fight through it. You've seen my fucking playthroughs. Whether it's the Evil Within, the fucking Metro, the motherfucking... even the Subnauticas and stuff like that. I have fucking found my ways to fucking go ahead and do what the fuck I want. You go ahead and you tell me I can't cross over a stupid physical or invisible wall. I'm gonna swing over it, then figure out that I shouldn't have, swing back over, find the actual proper entrance, and then have the game be like, oh yeah, you were supposed to visit here earlier. Or I'm gonna have other stuff where it's like, again, you put me in a situation where I screwed up. I don't have enough ammo. And I'm not talking about the stupid battle royale. I'm talking about prior to that. There's a situation where I accidentally put myself in where there's these two massive melee guys in the Evil Within and a common enemy. to the beginning, I was running in, wasting all the ammo I had, and then dying every single time. Then you get into it, I'm like, alright, I got this figured out. I need to freeze the guys, I need to focus on group attacks, but first off, I need to take out that stupid common enemy. The common enemy is where I fuck up. I need to not fuck up at that. And I waltzed through it. I have had plenty of times where in multiple games where it comes down to there's just been so many times where it's like I will go through a game. I will not know 100% what the hell I'm doing. And yet I'll just like stumble in being like, this is the right button. Stuff like that. That's why I kind of like think of myself as a stumbler. I just stumble into situations and then somehow get out. And it's not like, oh, well, I just have massive metal. I have no fucking luck. If I've ever wanted something to happen, I've had to work my ass off for it. Even then, my luck does not like it. Go into the lava. Go in the lava. Well, not me, but yeah. Woo! Anyway. But my whole point is that I am a motherfucking fighter. You put me into a situation I do not like, I'm going to fucking fight my way through. I will find a way to do it. Even if it's like something stupid like Subnautica, where it's like, well, you don't have any weapons. You gave me a motherfucking drill arm. That's a weapon. Stuff like that. It's just, I will find a way. But when the game outright just grabs you by the arm and says, no, you're gonna fucking hold it right there. I'm gonna have you forced through this without any issue. You're gonna go play this, and you're going to fucking do it. You ain't gonna just swing in, be like, oh, well, I'm the good guy. I can fucking do whatever I want. You're gonna be fucking forced at the hand to just stand there and watch it happen. That is what I'm talking about. Where I'm unable to do squat. Not because I fucked up. Not because I couldn't figure it out. But because there was nothing to do. There was nothing I could do to change the outcome. It's like, if you ever, like, seen the, what was it? The, like, compilations of the amount of people who have died behind glass in games. It's like that, where you can't save somebody because they're just behind something stupid. But usually in those situations, you can show your frustration by shooting the glass, whacking the glass, doing whatever. This is a situation where I can't do squat. I can't raise my fist. I can't go ahead and say, watch me, and then run at them and then dodge their attack or something. I have to fucking sit through this. Hope that I can make it through. And then watch. Watch as it fucking burns around me. That is a really good scene in the game, but it is a fucking nightmare in terms of what it triggers. Because guess what? It did trigger nightmares. I know one of them, I think I had 2 nightmares the first night. And they were just, came down to the whole idea that I was helpless and couldn't do squat. But it was the next night, that nightmare fucking shook me. Basically, it was something like I was playing with my cat, and yes, he's still okay. I will fucking go grab him a little bit. I will make sure, so you can know he's fucking okay. Because this is also a thing, I gotta convince myself that he's okay. Because I know he's okay. But my whole mind is like, oh, is he really? Are you sure you're not imagining it? Are you gonna fucking gaslight yourself like you are right now? Stuff as stupid as that. Anyway. Whole idea is that it was something where it's just something simple. I was playing with my cat. And I know where the nightmare part of it came from. It mainly came from that while I was at work, somebody was talking about how back in the day, all the cars that were on the road you know, seatbelts, all of them, seatbelts, airbags, all of that, they were put in after. And they weren't like something where it was like, oh, well, we think people will not have any issues. It was after a heavy amount of loss of life. That's why, like, people like sergeants, or was it, what the fuck was his name? I know it's Staff. It's Staff something. The guy who both did the rocket test as well as headed up the Operation Manhigh. Operation Manhigh was pretty much the first man to get as fucking close as this space. And if you guys remember, I think it's Felix Baumgarten or whatever, the guy from Australia who did the jump in 2011, where he jumped from space. So he was coached by Joe Kittinger. Joe Kittinger is the man who helped pioneer safety in terms of parachutes. The man who headed up the operation for the initial attempt to see if men can even get up to space. And I don't mean like, oh, well, women can't. No, it's, can humanity survive even in space? Like, if we put somebody up into an air balloon, will they end up dying just because of the lack of atmosphere? Of course they will. But I mean, in terms of, is there anything they can, have they done enough preparations? What do they need to make sure is functioning and all that jazz? And they learned it. They definitely did. Both with, I do believe we've had pressure chutes for a while, because it turns out, yes, ballooners figured this out quick. They realized, oh yeah, so if we don't actively have our body pressurized, we end up, well, the pressure difference ends up causing parts of our body to go ahead and start cooking way easier. Like, I'm talking, it was insane. Like, right now, water boils, like where I am right now, it boils at like roughly 100 degrees Fahrenheit. If you went to space, there was no pressure difference. Well, you would boil as soon as you got out there. Both because of the solar heat, but as well as the fact that your own heating, your own body cooling or heating up to protect you from the cold would cook you. And stuff like that, yeah. But anyway, yeah, so they had to learn. They had to learn everything. They couldn't just go to this old books and say, oh yeah, this is what they did in the past. There was no past. But again, Staff had also worked on, again, his own project. He had a project where he was like, alright, well, we have aircraft that can go as fast as possible, going at like Mach, or close to Mach 1. Well, we need to see what should we design our aircraft for. Should they even attempt a like 4G turn, or should they just abort the mission at all costs? Stuff like that. And what did he end up finding out? He found out what happened to a man when you strapped him to a rocket sled. Send him down the track and stop him. Stop him at 45 Gs. He survives. He has fucking a very good chance he'll lose his eyes. But man can survive 45 Gs. Where does this all fucking lead back with all that stuff? I'm not... No, it was the aspect that somebody was talking about how cars didn't have airbags. And because of that, people were losing the bottom of their jaws. So, that nightmare entailed that I had accidentally hurt Khan and had his bottom jaw knocked clean off and he was bleeding. And that's a horrific sight. Massively horrific. But that's where I believe that's why the dream came up like that. Now, again, we're pretty much at the end of the video, but I did promise, Because for my own sanity and to be like, yeah, so he's not dead, he's alive, I'm gonna go grab my cat. To show off that the little kitty is okay. Because again, for my own sanity as well as for the internet's sake. Alright, so here's the cat. Say hello to the little boy. See, he's still got his little jaw. He's fine. You're okay, right? You okay? You're okay. He's okay. As you can see, he's moving his head. You can see he's like, what the fuck are you doing? I was in there sunbathing. It was really warm. Really nice. Now you're just holding me up like a little kid, like a random thing. Come on, put me back. Put me back. Alright, let's go. Sorry, I just... It's mainly so that when I look back at the thing, I know for my own sake you are okay and not fucking hallucinating, which I don't actively have visual hallucinations. Now, audio hallucinations. Now, boy, I've had those. That's why I can't take Adderall. But as you can kind of see, the PTSD has affected me. And it sucks that, yes, it fucking was instituted by motherfucking Spider-Man. But, again, I know the whole thing. It sounds stupid, it feels stupid, but it is genuine. It is to be treated as genuine, because fucking that can fuck up a lot of people. But anyway, enough about Spider-Man, cats, and PTSD. Thank you guys for tuning in and all that jazz. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you guys next video. Other than that, have a great day.